What's going on, guys? Welcome back to week 10 on the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are going over Meta Monday. If you're new, you're not sure what this is, it's where we take a deck that has been doing well or is newly hyped from a new set and see what it does. Now, since we're in the final week before OP3 officially drops, we're going to take a look at a set 2 leader, and then starting next week, we'll look at set 3 leaders. So we are starting this week off with Edward Newgate. This is the same list that I showcased on Trash Deck Thursday. The new cards that we're playing are 4 of the Marco from OP3, as it is a good attacker. It is a 6,000 power 5-drop, and it also KOs 3,000 power or less. And then you can trash events from your hand, and we know Whitebeard plays a lot of those. We also have Speed Jill, which does have a 6,000 power as a 4-drop, very solid card. And then we have Ezo. Ezo is really good as it does search for our pirate characters, which means that we have cards to discard for Marco. And then we also have other things to play, such as the Marco, the other Marco, the Speed Jill, our own Edward Newgate, King Do. It pretty much searches everything. And then from OP2 for other search, we do have the Whitebeard Pirates. So this is the overall list that we're going to be taking a look at today. Again, we're going to be looking at new OP3 leaders starting next week. But for right now, this is everything that we're going to be playing today. So as always, if you do enjoy today's video, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's episode of Tech Tuesday. Alright guys, so we are playing Whitebeard, and we are playing against Isho from OP4. We'll choose to go second. He is a dual-colored leader. Let's see. Kind of looking for some better plays. We did get the Whitebeard, which is good. We're gonna have to see exactly what we can do. Dawn -1, or Dawn ×1, your turn, all of your opponent's characters get -1. And then end of turn 1, set up to one of your characters with a cost of 5 or less as active. Okay. We don't have any plays, so I think what we'll do is we'll just attach for fun and then pass. We're not going to use Radical Beam or anything like that. The 6k swing we'll take, and then our opponent plays a brand new. So now we can kind of start to solidify some things. So we can go here and then just swing for 6k. And we can start to kind of deal a lot of damage. So there's a 6k swing. Honestly, we'll take this one, and we do have the trigger effect, so we'll use the trigger, and we'll grab the Marco just to solidify some more board presence next turn. There's the Kuzan. So with this, we're at 6. So I think what we're gonna do, let's see, we could play down the Marco, and then we have 2 open. This doesn't sound bad. So we can do a 6 into a 7, go from there. So yeah, that's fine. So we'll go 6k, and then we'll go 7k. Force him to dump 2 cards. And then we'll play down the Marco, and then pass with 1 open, because now Radical Beam is live. And we do have a lot of 2ks in our hand as well. We're 2 turns away from Whitebeard though, which is a bit risky, but we'll figure it out. He is on the 7 curve, so he could play down something like Borsellino and things like that. So there's a 6k swing, and he's going to give -4. With this, we'll just do a 1k counter. The Ezo's not very useful at the moment. Interesting, okay. So we could Otama and then KO the Kuzan, which doesn't sound bad. Can he go for lethal with anything next turn if we do that? I don't think so, especially with 2 Radical Beams. And then the following turn, we have Whitebeard. So I like that play. Plus we have a blocker as well. So we can go here, -2k. And then we can deploy, pop. Then we have 2 Dawn open, so we'll just do a 6k swing. This will force at least a 2k out of his hand, if anything. So he chooses to take, which is fine. So he is at 9. He's not in 10-drop Kuzan range or anything like that. Okay, let's see. All of your opponent's characters get -3 cost. Trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand, so he does trash 2. Let's see, he does a 6k swing. The 6k swing, we can... we'll go no blocker. We'll just dump the Marco. And then there's a 6k swing as well. And honestly, with this, we'll just drop the other Marco. So now we have another 2k in hand, which is good. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll swing 6 and a 6. So he lets it go, which is good. And then we'll use the Edward Newgate. And then from there, we can swing 8k at lead. Chooses to take. And then from here, he still has to find a way to get rid of the blocker. If he rips 2 cards from her hand, it is awkward, but he needs at least 3 Dawn to swing. There's a 10,000 swing. Honestly, the 10k, I'm just going to say no blocker, and we'll Radical Beam. And then there's the Eustace Captain Kidd. So he plays down a blocker, which is fine. So let's see, with this, we can go... We could go 16k, force 8k counter power, which doesn't sound bad. I think what we'll do, we'll go 14, because then that forces 6k, so that forces at least 4 cards out of his hand. And we can pop the blocker anyways. So, swing here. Can't be KO'd by effects, sadly. So we'll just get rid of this. Let's see if he wants to block or dump his hand. If he dumps his hand, that's fine. Okay, so he uses the blocker, which is fine. And then what we'll do is, let's see, if he does a 19k swing, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, we can counter out of it. So I think what our best bet is to go... we could go 12k, and then that forces 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That forces 3 cards out of his hand, which wouldn't necessarily be lethal, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, we'll go 12k, see what he wants to do. He has no Dawn open, so he does have to discard 2ks, assuming he has them. He has discarded 2 of his 2ks, so... Oh, so he lets it go. Interesting. So then here, we can just go 6. The combo's out of it. And here we'll just pass. If he wants to go a big giant swing. Okay, so there's the Garp. So he KOs the blocker. Honestly, I'm fine with that. We don't need to use the card action. If he does a 6k swing, you can just dump a 2k. Then he's going to be able to swing 12, but we have enough to counter out of it. We'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. And then our opponent concedes. We did have lethal next turn with swinging for 20k, so not too bad. So, as always, thank you guys for watching today's video. If you did like it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's Tech Tuesday.